What's up, guys? It's Tuesday, February 13th, 2024. We are at the Bitcoin block height of 830,350. We're also 9,650 blocks away from the Bitcoin halving. Wow, crazy. So let's talk about these ETFs for a minute. What's the deal with them? You know, why is the Bitcoin prices not taking off? Well, it will. Let me explain to you what's going on here. First of all, I want you to go to heyapollo.com, and it's spelled right there. You go there and it gives you a daily update of the Bitcoin ETF buys, right? They got graphs, they got a couple of charts, they show you some things. So let's start off with this one right here. Now, this is the daily buy, the net inflows, as you can see, basically of the 9 companies, the new 9 Bitcoin ETFs have bought minus what GPTC has sold. So GPTC has been selling off a lot. So the first day was 2.7 thousand. Second day was 13.6. Next day was 5,000. Next day was a minus negative 1.5. Next day was 10.7. Next day was negative 3.1. Next day was 0.3 thousand, which is like 300 Bitcoin. Negative 1.8. Negative 2.6. Negative 4.6. Negative 1.4 and 300. And then you got 6,000 net. And as you can see, as time goes by, there's no more negatives. So starting January 29th, now we're in the positives. And the reason being is GPTC already had a bunch of Bitcoin. They started off with 619,000. And the reason why they're selling off so many is because their fees are crazy. Their fees are 1.5% versus some are charging 0.25 and 0.3 and stuff like that. And, you know, it's just a lot cheaper. So people are selling them off, not just to go to another ETF. But, you know, some people are taking profits when the Bitcoin price went up when the ETF launched. But now it has slowed down, as you could see. The selling off for GPTC and the net inflows are starting to rise up. And then, you know, this day was 1.6K on February 5th. February 6th was 0.7. Next day was 3.2 thousand, 8.6 thousand, over 12,000 on Friday. And then yesterday on Monday it was over 10,000 net Bitcoin being bought. Guys, listen, man. BlackRock alone has 95,000 Bitcoin. Okay. Fidelity has over 76,000 Bitcoin. To put that in perspective, MicroStrategy has 190,000. They've been buying since August of 2020. These two companies just started buying on January 10th, 2024. In a little over a month, they have collected that many Bitcoin. And the new 9, we like to call them, have collected over 228,000 Bitcoin in a little over a month. Now, guys, I don't know if that's hitting you. Let me explain. We're only mining 900 Bitcoin a day. And as you could see yesterday, the net was 10.2 thousand Bitcoin. That was the net, minus what Grayscale sold off. Grayscale started off the day at 465,388. And then the next day went down to 463,475. So almost 2,000. So basically, gross, it was almost 12,000, probably 12,000 gross that they bought. But because he had to minus GPTC, and mind you, GPTC has a finite supply, even though they started off with a lot, 619,000. Right now, they're down to 463,000. They have sold over 156,000 Bitcoin in a little over a month. That's going to slow down. And it's going to start tapering off here in the next couple of months to a few weeks. And then they're going to start buying more once they start settling in and changing their fees and everything else. And guys, it's going to be off to the races, and not including the Bitcoin halving coming up. The reason I'm telling you guys this, because I want you guys to know what's going on behind the scenes. Wall Street loves Bitcoin. Okay? They love it. And this is not including all these buys I'm talking about. This is not including everybody else that's buying. I'm buying, you're buying, there's millions of people buying. There's other companies, there's countries getting ready to get into this. Multi-millionaires, there's people stacking, and they're not selling. I predicted we're going to be at 110,000. I think we're going to easily hit that this year. But again, this is short term. It's not going to be too late for you guys to buy. I just want you to know who the big boys are. I mean, I just want you guys to understand. There are only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be mined. There's not 21 million. Okay, there's only 19.6 million that have been mined. A lot of them have been lost. A lot of them aren't moving off the exchanges like Satoshi's Bitcoin. He's got over 1.1 million on there. Again, some of them been lost. You got hodlers like me that are not going to sell. You got hodlers like you. MicroStrategy got 190,000. These ETFs are not selling. These are long-term holders that people have portfolios for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. I'm not saying a couple of them aren't going to take profits here and there, but this is a long-term retirement package, guys. Okay? And they're buying this every day. They're not buying it for themselves. They're buying it for their clients, these ETFs, BlackRock. This is not even going on their balance sheet. Imagine what they're going to do with their own balance sheet later on. BlackRock is looking to take the world over, man. Again, they almost have 100,000 Bitcoin. They'll have that this week. They might have it by, what's today, Tuesday? Might have it by Thursday, the way they're going. And they're doing this, and they're buying thousands of net Bitcoin a day. So again, guys, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you to buy. I'm just telling you, look at what the other people are doing. Look at what these big institutions are doing. You got El Salvador. They buy a Bitcoin a day. You got other countries buying. I mean, this is getting ridiculous, guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm going to start really getting into and covering these Bitcoin ETFs because they are a big deal. They're not the end all be all, but they're definitely bringing in money that wasn't going to be in before. Despite that, in my opinion, you shouldn't buy an ETF unless you have to. The best way to buy Bitcoin, obviously, is buy it on these chains, take it off, keep it in self-custody, either on a hard wallet on your phone like the Moon or the Phoenix, for little amounts, like, enough you'll keep like in your wallet or something like that. Like, how you have cash in your wallet or something like that, but your long-term savings, go ahead and get you a cold card or a Blockstream Jade or something like that for the long term. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to save your hard-earned energy, there's no better way to do it. And for me, the best way to do it, and for me, the only way to do it, is through Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.